Hey everyone, Kodandi here, and I am an Adinavasi at Nithyananda Bengaluru Adinam, and I'm living here with my guru, Paramahamsa Nithyananda. Today is an exciting day. We had this demonstration of Shaktis, and Shaktis are the traditional yogic powers that to most people seem mystical or supernatural, when in fact they are just traditional. You read about them in old texts, and it's just the sort of thing that, modern scientific minds have not really been able to understand, but they are in fact just a natural part of our human abilities. And it's just, it just takes a good yoga master and a good guru to be able to lead us to be able to use these abilities and, to awaken them in us. That's what my guru here, Paramahamsa Nithyananda Swamiji, that's what he's doing for all of us, that he's reviving these traditional yogic powers, these Shaktis. Now, Shaktis are powers that come from a space, a particular meditative space, I guess you might call it, a particular state of consciousness called Nirvikalpa Samadhi. And it's a space where you're sort of beyond thought, where thought stops and your mind is clear enough to be able to receive and use these Shaktis. You might have heard about siddhis. Siddhis are also traditional yogic powers, but they come from effort exerted along the path on the way to these higher states of consciousness. Swamiji, Paramahamsa Nithyananda, is able to take us along the path and fast forward us to a point where we are already at Nirvikalpa Samadhi and already able to manifest these abilities. Now, of course, he gives these initiations to everyone, but it's up to each individual to practice them and use them and develop them. And, living here as an Adinavasi in his breathing space gives me the time and the support to be able to really work on them. People that come for the 3-week Inner Awakening program get all of these initiations and really quickly pick them up and really quickly pick up all sorts of amazing abilities. But then they go back to their lives and their jobs and, whatever else they have going on. They leave this campus, they leave the program. And so whether or not they're able to maintain these abilities or to what extent they're able to maintain these abilities is up to each individual, really. Here on the campus, everyone is constantly using these and manifesting these, and you can go up to anyone and ask for, a third eye body scan, or if you lose something, you can ask someone to use remote viewing to find it. I had, just in the last few days, I've had people do that, where one woman lost her shoulder bag, and she was looking for it, and she left it one place and it wasn't there. And so I'm like, oh, we'll just use your third eye to find it. And she asked me to use my third eye to find it. And so I did. I used remote viewing, and I saw where it was, and I told her where it was, and she went and she found it. I also had another woman, a nurse, one of my friends here, a nurse. She injured her foot, and she was concerned that it might be broken, that she would have to go get it checked out and fixed and whatever. And so she asked me to scan it. If I could scan her foot, tell her if it was broken, if she should go ahead and pursue x-rays or not. And so I stood there and I scanned it, and it was like, no, actually it's not broken, it's just been sort of bumped out of place. And she's like, yeah, that's what I felt too. So, it's like that here, where you can just go up to anyone and say, I've lost my thing, can you help me find it? Can you use your third eye? I'm looking for someone, do you know where they went? Can you use your third eye? I'm not feeling well, can you use your third eye and tell me what it is? It's, we all have these abilities to different degrees, depending on how much we've, really sort of done the work and done the processes to be able to access these abilities. I have also been working more on two really interesting abilities. Third eye reading, the ability to read blindfolded. So I'll be wearing a blindfold and I'll be reading text. I had some success with this, and I really need a lot more practice with it, so I'm just going to sit and practice with it. I am also working on consciousness over matter, meaning that I am able to use my third eye and my consciousness to move objects. So far, I've been successful doing the entry level of this, which is where you hold a coconut flat in your hand, or have someone else hold it flat in your hand, and then you use your third eye to roll it out of their hand. I've been successful with that with the coconut. Today I was also successful moving these crystals that we receive. We all receive these crystals called Atmalingas, and I was successfully able to roll that out of my hand as well. The next step is to be able to roll these things on the table without me touching them, and that's going to take some work because my technique to do this, or the technique that was taught how to do this consciousness over matter, is using your third eye to scan your body and connect to your body in such a way that you are able to, then connect to all matter and other types of matter, such as the coconut or the crystal or any other round object that you can easily roll like that, or, anything really, I suppose. I have also been practicing using my third eye to operate my iPhone. And by that I mean my iPhone charger, the charging port is broken and my phone doesn't charge usually. And I have to sort of move it around and wiggle it in a weird way in order to get it to charge. So I have been using the third eye to connect with the phone in the same way that I connect with the coconut or the crystal to make them move. I'm connecting with my phone, feeling a sense of oneness with it, feeling my body, in particular my nervous system, and the electrical impulses in my nervous system, using that to connect with the electrical parts in my phone and getting it to charge. It takes a lot of time and effort to get it to do that, but I haven't had a chance to go out and get it repaired, so until I can get it repaired, that's kind of my only option. So that has been the development of those Shaktis, those traditional yogic powers. Also, the body scan, I've been doing a lot of body scanning for people and a lot of healing, because when you receive a body scan, I can also heal. That use the third eye. When the third eye looks at something, it can also heal it as well. And this works not only for physical issues, but also mental issues. And if you feel like you have a blockage, like you're being blocked from having money, or you're being prevented from doing something, I'm able to use my third eye to help with that as well. And so I've been doing a lot of this, and there were a couple of people in particular that had really, really amazing results that even surprised me. There was a woman who was really seriously ill, and it's an illness that is treatable, but it can be really difficult to get treatment, and she really just needed someone to take her to the hospital, really, to get the treatment she needed. And, she was really kind of getting close to death, really kind of getting close to being, this is getting really serious and causing, damage and death. And so I did a scan for her, and, did the scan, told her what I needed to tell her, and within 24 hours she was in the hospital getting the treatment that she needed. She has now been released from the hospital. She is out of immediate danger, but does need to continue long-term treatment. But I was just really amazed how quickly that happened, that within 24 hours of doing this scan for her, that she was in the hospital finally getting the treatment that she has needed for so long. There was another one that I did, a woman who was pregnant and was just having these strange fevers. And the doctors couldn't find anything wrong with the baby, but she was having these strange fevers. And I did the scan, and from what I saw in the scan, the fevers did not have a physical cause. The fevers had, a more esoteric, spiritual, mental, emotional cause. But still, they're, very real fevers. And she kept going back to the doctors, and I'm like, keep going back to the doctors. Finally, she went to a doctor, and she gave birth. So baby came out healthy. She came out healthy. Everything came out well. So that was good. And I did really feel like the fever was putting the baby in danger. So I did heal that with the third eye, and everything turned out fine. So those are just a few of the cases for healing. And if you are interested in receiving any of these scans, if you have lost something and would like remote viewing, to see if I can find it for you. And what else can I do? Yeah, anything at all. If you feel blocked in life, if you have some emotional, mental problem that I can do a third eye reading and help heal, please let me know. I am more than happy to do these readings. These initiations are a gift from my guru, and they are a gift to the world. So I am not charging money for these at all. I just can't charge money. I am more than happy to give them, and if you would like to receive these initiations, if you would like to do these things too, if you would like to move things with your mind and get your phone to charge, through your third eye and do these body scans and remote viewing, please take a look at the Inner Awakening program. That is the 3-week program that gives you all of these initiations all at once, and you pick up these things and you start manifesting them so quickly. So check that out. The links and everything are in the description, and have a beautiful day.